This may or may not come as a shock, but I don't have a lot to say about Ambermoon or any of Brightheart and Cloudtail's second litter. Mostly because they didn't exist for a whole long time, and they didn't do much, especially compared to White Wing. And their only really claim to fame is Snowbush, I, I guess, is the grandfather of a main character now. So yeah, despite being a Firestar descendant, they're just not very interesting. So instead, I'm going to talk a bit about my character design process while this happens. And in all honesty, the only reason I designed these three is so it's just to complete the designs, because I already designed White Wing, and I've gotten into the habit of designing sibling sets all together, so I have no excuse not to design all the cats. Like before this, I designed all of it was all of Brackenfur and Sorreltail's kits I did, and then I was like, okay, now I'll do Cloudtail and Brightheart's kits. It's just so I have no excuse to not design anyone if I do sibling sets like this, like all the siblings, no matter if they're separated by litter. Like I'll do it in litter sets, like I did, a Cinder, Honey, Poppy, and Mole first, and I did Seed and Lily. And that's sort of similar how I'm doing it like this. That's all beside the point. I was very influenced by Moon Kitty's Ambermoon design with like the tufts of fur on the side of her head. So I just did all these like tufts of flowy fur, and not like the little... They're more like how I usually do my moth wing design, and more like my avatar, my Fursona, how she has those like big fluffy circular tufts of fur. Except Ambermoon's is more... King, get off me, please. You're hurting me. Is more circular and smooth. I've also changed how I do eyes this year. I used to lay down all the colors and then blur them out, and now I airbrush the different colors on, and I feel like it blends better than how it used to be. Also with body shapes, I've started to try to tweak it more in the last year, where I used to rely more on head shapes, ear shape, eye shape, and cheek tufts. I do all clan cats the same life, thin, but not too overly thin, because they're feral cats, except if you're Wing Clan, then you're skinny AF because the books say so, because they're not fat kitty pets. But I've started to try to tweak that. River Clan is a bit more fluffy, a bit more well-fed, because obviously the books say they're more well-fed because the fish in the river. Not that they ever actually show that, since all through the first arc, River Clan is just starving for, I guess, plot purposes. I don't know, Warrior Cats makes no sense in their own world building. But I've been talking for too long. But yeah, I'll talk a bit more about the character design as I go forward with these next few speed paints. I have just no thoughts on these characters at all.